Hello everyone! So this video came about after starting to watch Stephanie Canada's channel. Like others before me, I have found the vintage reprint patterns and thought, oh neat, you know, I can make vintage stuff now and I don't have to have the hassle of trying to get an original pattern, or worse, accidentally ruining an original pattern when trying to use it. But until seeing her videos, I had no idea that they weren't really reprints but more like official knockoffs. So I got this one. This is the one she talked about in her video. And I also got this one here, which actually has very similar vibes. And even for when you account for size, the pattern pieces aren't always the correct shape to make the original garments as they're originally made. And that's kind of disappointing. I mean, I'd only got a couple, so I'm not really out much. And they weren't too expensive because they weren't originals. So when Stephanie said she had a tracing available of an original pattern, I jumped at the chance to get to use it. And the only catch was I had to post the results somewhere on social media that was easily accessible. And since I've been wanting to get into sewing and some filming, especially for YouTube, I thought this would be a great start. So here's what I did. Hello everyone. I got in a bit of a late start. It's about 9 o'clock now. I had to spend some time working on my camera. I'm not used to doing talking videos, so I hope this turns out all right. I hope you enjoy it. Time to get the project started. Somebody's gonna have to move for me to use my sewing machine. Tell you what to do with the waist seam, so I don't think about finding it since I've got like 55 yards of bias tape. To make the binding easier, luckily I bought a bag of miscellaneous sewing machine feet, and I bought it because of the rufflers, which I haven't really used yet. But one of the things that came in with it was well, there's two of them. One with a long, one's got a tall shank and one's got a shorter one. Oops. The tall one doesn't really fit on my machine. So, this weird contraption, I don't know if that's going to get in focus. I've tested it out once and it worked really well, so hopefully all this thick fabric won't be too bad for it. And put it on and see how it goes. And that, you can kind of see where it's lined up there. I'm not opening it up all the way. I don't think this is actually quite the appropriate use for this foot. I think you're supposed to use you know, homemade bias tape. Not pre-made, but this'll work. Let me give it a few. This machine also has had feed issues. And I just goofed up. Alright. I should have threaded that thread through first. This. A little less near the edge. Let me grab some test fabric. That did not go well. Okay, maybe I'll just do the main. Well, it's now about 2 o'clock, and my other machine just kept jamming, so I'm going to try this one. Although this is a machine I am less familiar with. So, we'll see how it goes. This one has got a couple of issues. One thing, you gotta take off this arm every time you need to get to the bobbin, and this bobbin cover is broken. But other than that, I guess we'll see how well it works. This one does not have the handy dandy little tray like the other one does. And in this thing, this is really visible. It seems like putting it in here and kind of weaseling it back and forth gets it to where it needs to be. And then you just pull that out of the way, take your thread and thread it through. I don't know how visible this is. Luckily, since it's just like a straight stitch, it doesn't, and it's nothing fancy, not a whole lot has changed. Oops, I should go forward. So it should, supposing it doesn't get jammed, should work pretty much the same. That's that. Okay. My camera does not like the little LED in here, but if I turn it off, I don't think the machine runs. Nope. Okay, so it's been about 5.5 hours. I haven't really had lunch, but it's about 2 in the afternoon now, and I've still got to fix the spots for the binding machine, for the binding foot didn't really help, and connect edges. I've also got to add the back connector. I've got an elastic, got these hooks, and I gotta do the buttons still. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep on. I'm not gonna film that. I'll just show you guys when it's done. Okay, I've brought this thing outside. Let's see. Change the focus here. Nope. It actually fits the dress form really well. So I guess the drafting I did actually wasn't too bad. It's just that I am not quite the same size as my dress form. Even though I have the correct bust measurements and stuff, and waist measurement, which actually that turned out pretty good. I didn't quite, even here, the shoulder's a bit big. I overdid it when I made this larger. But other than that, I haven't done the hem yet either. But despite the pitfalls, I'd say I'm pretty pleased with what I got. So, that took me 8 hours and 20 minutes. And that's kind of stinks. I think most of it was the binding kept coming off because it's a bit too thin of binding. It was supposed to be a 1/2 inch, and I only had a 1/4 inch. So even though it would catch, it was just kind of catching, it would still come off. So I think what I want to do is I want to go through and rebind it with 1/2 inch binding, and that might make it turn out really nice. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for hosting this challenge and letting me join. I've left a link to her video talking about it in the description. I learned a lot, and I look forward to making more things. So bye for now, and have a great day.